Well, we are very honored to have a very special guest in the studio this week. We have got Barry Keane, and he is the drummer for the Lightfoot Band and was working with Gordon Lightfoot for a number of years. Now, I don't want to age you, so do you want to tell us how long?
It was just 48 years.
48 years. That's it, huh?
You don't even round up at that point? Or what? Say 50. Jeez.
We have a very special event we're going to talk about, but before we get to that, we do have to ask about Mr. Gordon Lightfoot. Mm-hmm. What was he like to work with?
Oh, my God. Where do you start?
Yeah, I can only imagine.
An icon, a legend. I mean, he's one of the great singer-songwriters of our era, for sure.
Right.
And a hard worker, an honest man, talented beyond belief. He was. We miss him greatly, obviously, and he was wonderful to work for and to be around.
Because some people, at times, you hear of bands that, and the leader of the band isn't exactly the most kind to their bandmates, but he appreciated you, didn't he?
Well, Gordon had his moments. There's no...
Don't we all?
Craig trying to fish those ones out, yeah.
Well, it's true. But no, Gord had his moments, and he was very particular. He was a perfectionist, so when things weren't perfect,
right,
he let you know. Yeah. But again, a very extremely hard worker. He was dedicated to his craft.
Now, the decision to carry on and continue the Lightfoot Band without him, that must not have been an easy one.
It actually was pretty easy, Craig. Yeah, no, we got together after, it was sudden. Gordon's health hadn't been good for a few years, but it was, the death came as a shock to us, really, back in May of 23. And after a couple of months of grieving, we all grieved in our own way, but we got together. The band guys got together in a restaurant out in Mississauga and said, what do you guys want to do? And it really became apparent that we had to keep Gord's music going. So that was the birth of the Lightfoot Band.
So what's your tour schedule like? Is it rigorous, or do you just kind of play when you feel like it? Or
I wouldn't say rigorous. I think rigorous would be a bit of a stretch. But no, we'll do 30 or 35 shows this year.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and
rigorous for me.
Yeah.
Because you do the
35 dates of plans.
Yeah, exactly. You do the Lightfoot Festival, which is always a big success, right? Yeah.
We've done that the last 2 or 3 years, and we love that. It's a great bunch of people up in Aurelia, and we do the concert. We do a couple of sessions. We've talked about how Gord writes songs and the evolution of Gord's bands, and we've done a number of things up there. And
it's not just great. Playing; it's actually people want to know more about Gord, right? And that's they're craving the info about it, right?
And one of the good things, I mean, there's a few good things about the Lightfoot Band shows, but we don't have backstage passes. What we do is at the end of each show, we come out to the lobby, and anybody who wants to talk to us is welcome to talk to us, and that's fun to talk to the fans.
Well, you're a very approachable guy. Oh, you're not like one of those rock and roll drummers like Tommy Lee or anything, right? So let's talk about the gig that we have right now. This is for Gilda's Club, so this is a very special one, very near and dear to our hearts. When is it happening, and how can we get tickets?
Yeah, the Georgian Theatre in Barrie on May the 8th. It's a 7:30 show. And it is a great cause, and we had the privilege of working with Gilda Radner.
Oh wow, really?
Wow. Yeah, back in 1976 or 77, I think it was.
Okay,
we did that live comedy show out of New York. What was that thing called?
Saturday Night Live.
That's that one. And Gilda was a cast member. We hung out with the cast for 3 days. It was the whole thing was just a blast.
That's wild.
Yeah. What's she like?
Gilda was. They all were. The funny thing was we had done a show called The Midnight Special,
right,
a few weeks before that, and we thought it's going to be L.A. It's going to be laid back. Everybody's going to be. It was the most uptight thing that we could imagine, and then we thought a live comedy show in New York. Oh my God, everybody was so laid back, and like I'll never forget Chevy Chase coming to our dressing room with that with the old T-shirt he wore. He wore it on the show quite a bit, but he had it rolled up in the front with a bunch of cans of beer and came to the dressing room, and he hung out with us. And Belushi,
you're one of the people saying he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Mostly,
yeah,
they say the opposite.
Well, this may have been back in the day when he was a really nice guy. So
that's great. So May 8th at the Georgian Theater and in support of Gilda's Club, just a great time to go out and relive some memories from Gordon Lightfoot. You got the Lightfoot Band. And you know what? You got tribute bands, but you can't get more authentic than this.
No, that's really the three of us, especially Rick Haynes, the bass player, and Mike Heffernan, the keyboard player. We had almost 150 years together with Gordon Lightfoot. So
wow,
yeah, it's the real deal.
Gilda's Club, SimcoeMuskoka.org to get your tickets. So thanks for joining us today. It's been an honor.
Thank you. Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.